the first presentation, I thought that you did a really nice job. It was, what I put was, I said, nice sequence of activities with a logical sequence that builds upon each previous step, right? So when we see vocabulary, we want to see it again and again, but we want to go deeper and deeper, as we saw today, right? So you want to get deeper and deeper levels of meaning and more usage. So there's an important sequence that we follow. Do you guys know this? It's PPP?
Yes.
Yeah? Right? So we want to, what does it stand for?
Presentation, practice, and production.
Okay, Where we just say present, practice, and produce. Right? It works. Different morphemes, same meaning, right? And different suffixes. So you want to present the information to your students first. You're going to teach it. And then you give them an opportunity to practice it in a controlled environment, right? With some sentence frames or something to help support their understanding. And then you ask them to produce. So it followed that sequence nicely. I thought your explanations were clear. You gave good examples. I like the handouts. Please make sure that I get a copy of the handout too so that I can see it. Yeah, so I know what's going on. And I thought it was a nice pair activity. I like that you had the pair activity, so you have opportunity for them to practice the language and use it. As I showed you today with the learning maps, that's a wonderful strategy for teaching vocabulary. So that was the mind map was a great technique. Bingo was great. Games are fun. Whenever you have fun, you increase motivation, so they enjoy it. The fly swatter game, of course, they love that. I think your delivery skills for presentation are really good. You speak clearly, you speak loudly, you're confident, you have good eye contact. You were able to answer the students' questions very well. And as I said yesterday, you guys asked great questions. I could really see that you were thinking about it. You asked nice questions in terms of theory, and you were able to respond to them very well. Yeah.
I want to add a little bit because I use her activities, the swatter, with my lesson right away.
Did you?
Last night.
Great.
There's one lady who's like 45 or 50 years old. She went crazy. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, and I didn't have the swatter, so what I did, I just, okay, here's the notebook. And you just replace with the swatter, and then it's still trying.
You don't have to use a notebook, use a hand.
Yeah. You have to be careful. Sometimes they get carried away, right? They start to hit each other or something. You have to be careful.
No,
So,
she was excited, right?
Yeah, she was all about it.
That's great. That's great. And that's fun because you think that's a child's game, right? But adults like to play games sometimes too. That's nice. So that's it. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I hope that we can learn from each other, right? That's the idea.
All over it.
That's awesome. Great. So I marked the grade here in the rubric and then put the score on GAP. So I already uploaded it. Okay, so it's already there. And then I gave my written feedback down here. So you have the numerical feedback with the rubric and then the written. So be sure you give this to me because then I need to upload the grade at night, okay? And then with the second presentation, I also really liked it. I think that you guys did a great job. I was really impressed. Oh, did I not write my bill? Okay, I typed it up and it's there in GAP, but I didn't write it on here. But I'll give it to you verbally. So, the same kind of thing. I really liked the lesson. It was really creative. It was nice visual support, nice slides, very colorful, interesting vocabulary. I love how you connected the nouns with the verbs, because sometimes I think that we just teach a lot of nouns, but then how do you use them? So then you don't get an opportunity to practice. But here with the example with the verbs, then they could actually use it and put it into place. Your presentation skills are also good and nice. The only criticism that I have is that I felt like you were kind of rushed to cover all of this content in 15 minutes. And perhaps part of this is my fault in the explanation was not clear enough. But what I really want you to do is I want you to actually teach for 15 minutes. So this is a sample lesson, right? And so remember we said the other day when we were explaining what we were going to do, you can give us some explanations as a teacher. Okay, here's my whole sequence. Over a 90-minute period, I need to cover all of this. But right now, I'm just going to teach you lesson number 4. So you guys need to be kind of careful in planning your time so that it's not just a report of what you would do in the class, but an actual demonstration of the lesson. Okay, so that's my only criticism, is that I really wanted to see how you would do it. You gave us some real close, real short hints, like you showed how you would demonstrate with the movement, and then you would get the students to practice that with the movement. But I wanted to see you conduct it. So remember, we're supposed to be students and participate in the class. So just be careful with your time management. I know that 15 minutes is so short, but I think we need to limit a little bit the scope of what we want to cover. It needs to be manageable in a 15-minute period. So if you want to say, okay, these are all the things I would cover, but you need to go through those very quickly. We can't really go into so much detail so that you have more time for the actual lesson itself. And then, like we said, if you go over, if you do 20 minutes, you've got 30 minutes total. So if you spend a little more time teaching, that's okay. But the whole thing shouldn't be an explanation of what you would do. Okay? So, I've got your feedback, and then the written feedback is on gap. Okay? And the numerical feedback is here. All right, so are you ready to get started? Yes, stop. Yes, absolutely. And can I have your rubric? Thank you.
Hello teachers. Today I'm going to present how I will teach the lesson for beginners kids, beginners children ages from 5 to 6. Yeah, I didn't prepare the slides because in my real situation we don't use the slides because I want to prepare the real situation. Okay, so shall I start? Okay, so hello class. Today I will teach you about new topic today. Okay, topic is about animals. Okay, you know animals?
Yeah, we will.
Okay, animals. Okay, so some words. Today we will learn some words here. I would like to show you. You don't know yet, but you know what is this?
Wow.
Okay, yeah, that's in Vietnamese, but in English, this is a cow. Okay, can you repeat after me? A cow.
A cow.
Yeah, a cow. Very good. Okay, and the next animal is. Yeah, what is this? A duck. Very good. A duck.
She's so good.
Can you say that again? A duck.
A
A duck. Very good. And what is this?
Woof.
Yeah, a dog. Yeah, okay. So I will carry out the lesson like this. Okay, students are showing pictures and students will repeat. Okay, after I show students the pictures like this, okay, write their words on the board like this, and I have a small game for them. Okay, divide the class into the two teams. Okay, do you want to play this game? Sure. Yeah. Okay. So I want again. I want usually in class I do play in teams, but if you can, this is here all of you, or I want to put some volunteers. Yeah. Okay.
Your choice.
Yeah. Please here. Yeah, very young.
Why are you doing
Teachers here, yeah. Here, yeah. Very good. Yeah, can you stand here? Okay, then we have team A and team B. Okay, do you want the name for the team? No?
Name?
Yeah.
Chicken.
Chicken and sorry?
What kind of animal
is
that?
Why do I need to have a name?
Ant? Chicken or ant?
Yeah,
Chicken ant. Okay, very good. Alright, you ready? Okay, so I will shout the word and you need to attach the word. Okay, that's the word. Okay. Ready? Okay. Okay, here's the line. Okay. Alright. Chicken. See?
I like that.
Okay, very good. Next one.
Like this.
Mouse. Next one. Sheep.
Hour.
Oh, well done. Okay, so team A wins. So chicken wins. Okay, congratulations. Okay. Very good. Alright, so that's the first activity. The first activity is we call it a slide board. The kids in school, they really like this. Okay, slide board. Okay, and the next activity I will move on after they do this. Another activity to help them to recognize the words, pictures, and the words here. Okay, I have the pictures here. Okay, so the pictures and list of words here like this. Okay, so we ask the children to sit on the floor like this. Okay, to sit on the chairs, but to sit on the floor, more interactive. Okay, so okay, I can't ask you to do this, right? Okay, so teacher will sit on the floor like this. Do you want to join me for this activity? Yeah. Okay. Let's come here. Okay, just some of you. Okay. So here I have some.
Really?
Okay, here are the pictures.
Are you playing cards?
Animals with. Okay.
Are you playing cards?
And I have the words here. Okay. So what you have to do? Sorry.
Stop cheating, bro.
Okay. I have the words here. Okay. What you have to do is you choose a picture. Okay. And then choose the word. Okay. See the word they match. Okay, be correct. Okay. What is that? Okay. Who's that first? Okay. What is this? Yeah. What is this? A horse. Okay. What is a horse? A horse. Horse.
No horse, teacher.
Horse.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. Very good. Okay. Can we start next? Something to do next. Okay, what is this?
I don't know. Let me see. It's a duck.
Okay, you don't know the picture, but you know the word. A duck. Okay, come here. What is this? What is this?
This is an egg.
This one.
Mother chicken.
Okay, chicken. Okay, yeah, hen. Very good. Well done. Chicken. Can you say that? Chicken. Very good. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
This is the way you should study.
Really? Okay, that's the way we do in the school for kids. Okay, and yeah, because the kids they very love activities, you need to let them move a lot. Okay, so the next activity is another game. Okay, change chairs. Okay, in this game I will use the structure to let them to practice using the words here with the structure. If you is change chairs. Okay, change chairs. Okay, so change chairs if you like something. Change chairs if you like a cat. Change chair if you don't like a cat, or something like that. Okay, so children will they will sit in chairs like this, and once children is come here and they will say the sentence. Okay, the sentence. Okay, change chairs if you like. And they say the word. Change chairs if you like the cat. And everybody, if they like the cat, they need to change the chair to sit, need to move around.
If they don't mind, they don't change.
Okay, yes, of course. And then if they say change chairs if you don't like a mouse, for example. Yeah, so they don't change. You don't like the mouse, so they change chairs. Yeah, so if you like the mouse, sit. Yeah, you
Let's
understand?
do it.
Do you
I'm a little
do
confused.
you have any situation? This is not a question.
Okay,
We
so
don't care.
Do this game. I like it better.
you want to see it? Okay, we need a
So, any chance?
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That means you
So
will stand up and move your
Yeah,
chair. How we change the chair and move the chair?
We just move around. So
No,
you don't,
I have to
you don't
prepare.
change the chairs, so we
I
move
do like
around.
that.
Okay, change different chairs. Yeah? So it takes a little bit of time to set here. So yeah, so we can skip it. No.
I don't know,
I don't
do you
understand.
think we have time? It would be nice to see, I'm a little confused.
Yeah, okay. Right, because I have still chairs here. So usually in the school we will sit in the U shape like this. So okay, let's take these chairs on the front. Can you please for you can please
Now this?
yeah 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can yeah. Okay.
Good job.
Wait.
No, not wait. Stop that.
Right. So students have to take off the desk here. Okay. Under the chair. Okay.
This is it.
Right. Okay.
Put it in.
So who wants to start? Okay. This leave it here.
Oh.
Okay. So can you start first? Okay. You
Sit down,
start
boy.
here. Okay. And others
Sit down.
please.
Oh.
Alright. Okay. So can you please
Oh,
stand?
this
Because
side.
you start first. Yeah.
Right.
What is it? Okay. You sit.
Now you mean you can twist it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so change chairs, okay? So it's just repeat the sentence. Change chairs if you choose the animal.
Yeah.
Okay, if you like,
Yeah. I got it.
and
Change
if
chair,
you
you like pig.
Wait,
change chairs if you like.
you like an animal like a cat or a meat?
The animals was alive, no meat here. Okay, right, how can you start again?
Okay, change chair if you like pig.
Okay, change chairs, stand up and change chair.
No, I like it.
No, you like the pig.
Right.
Okay,
And then change chairs if you don't like, and then all of them have to change.
yeah, of course.
Another time.
What is it?
Change chair if you don't like the ship.
Change chair, you don't like the shirt. You don't like
I like the shirt.
Okay, good.
So change chair if you like the ship. Change chair if you like the mouse.
You like the mouse?
So that we see.
Okay.
Change chair if you like the chicken.
And you
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, other turn. Actually, if you have to sit there at the seat also. Sorry. Sorry, confusing. Okay. So change chairs. Instead, change chairs if you like a dog. Everybody likes a dog. Okay, can you stand up and you have to hurry up. Have to hurry up to sit. Okay, to sit on the chair. Okay.
What is
Yeah,
chair?
not that chair.
What?
Please to steal the chair. Okay, you need to steal the
What is
chair.
this chair for?
Okay, change chairs if you like the cat. Change chair if you like the cat. Come on. Okay. So you can't sit there. You can't sit there. Okay. So you have to take turn. Okay. Okay. So
Remove that chair, move that
No.
chair.
No.
This chair is for finding the next
Yes.
person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you stand for
Change chair if you don't like the dog.
You don't like the dog.
I love
Change
it.
chair, change chair if you don't like the mouse.
You don't like the mouse. Okay. Yeah. So your turn. Okay. Yeah. let's do that. Okay. So yeah, the children love this game. So yeah, after let them to practice the words here and the structures on board like this. And move on. The next section is to teach the song. Not to teach, but I will use the song Matt John had a farm. Okay, you know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, do we have time? Let's see. Okay, next. Okay, you have 10 minutes.
You need to turn on the volume.
speaker.
Turn on the volume, right?
No, it's not.
Long ignition. Long in language.
No, it's not working. Okay, it's okay. So the aim of this activity is ask the student to listen to the song, because in the song they have to some animals and the sounds of the animal that animal make. Okay, so they have to listen and they have to write down the animals that they hear and the sounds also. But if they can, they write the sound. Okay, but we'll just try to ask them to how they can listen to the song and they can recognize the word, animal's word, okay? And if they can make write the sounds of the animal, okay? So after students listen to the songs and write down the names of the animals, ask them, okay, what animals can you hear? What animals in the song can you hear? Okay, so it can be the dog, the duck, the horse, okay, some other animals also. Okay, so after after asking the students like that, okay, if they don't know the sounds, anymore, I will ask them, okay, what sounds does a dog make? You know, what sounds does a dog make?
Go, go.
Okay! That's a sound in the Vietnamese dog. Sounds in different languages. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so the same, I will ask next student. What sounds does a cat make? Meow. Yeah. Let's say meow, meow, meow. Okay. So after asking students like that, they will need to interact with me to answer some questions. And then the next activities is okay, I have this. Right.
Get the cat off.
Okay, so what you have to do is you have to listen at in this round we have the animals and the words animals, and here the sounds. Okay, here are the sounds. Okay, and what you have to do, you have to match the animal with the sound. Okay, you have 1 minute to do it. Okay, you have 1 minute to do it. Yeah, okay.
What kind of sound is that?
Right. We need to do it.
What? We have to do it.
Yeah, we have to
Oh, wow.
navigate some animals here and the sounds. And then you'll match. Okay, right. You can match or you can write the number. Yes. You okay with that? Yeah?
Really? I'm a runner.
Mm-hmm.
The big?
Yeah,
You
you
say
okay?
what? The big cannot say bow, right?
It's hard for us too.
Yeah.
Winnie. You ready?
That's how the horn.
Is it a horse, right? Winnie is a horse.
Winnie.
Forget it.
Are you kidding?
Forget about that.
Okay, are you all done? Yeah?
So this is the way that American animals say it.
Yeah.
Say so.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't say that.
Now.
So it doesn't end.
Don't finish, yeah?
You're wrong.
Bao.
Oh, so
Bao,
what
bao.
word?
Oh,
Number 4.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, so
Wow, wow.
false correct.
Much money now.
They are my friends.
Yeah.
And the next animal, what is the animal? A sheep. Yeah, a sheep makes a sound.
Ba,
Ba,
ba.
ba. Yeah, ba, ba. That's very good.
Let me just interrupt you real quick. Do you have another activity or is this the
Yeah,
last
okay, I
one?
have the last activity is this.
Okay, let's jump to that so we have time for questions.
Okay, yeah. So the last activity is okay, the back. Okay, you have to do the word search. Okay, you have the animals here. You have to look for the word. Okay, it's amazing. Okay. Yes, you have
Done. Okay.
Okay. So that's the last activities you can use to assess the students. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I think that's all for my presentation.
So how long will you teach?
Right. This lesson would
How many words are
take
there?
in 45 to 60 minutes.
Around 10. 6
10
words.
10 words.
10
10
words.
words.
6 minutes for one word.
Yeah, I have any other questions?
Your students are from 5 to 6 years old. And do you think that they can, well, in the third activities, you let them listen to the song and write down the words or the sound? I think that's really hard.
Right. I don't really pay attention on if they can write it correctly, recognize correctly, but we try because we teach them the vocabulary here. All the sounds, almost the vocabulary for the animals in the song. So because now we have 2 activities to practice the sound, the words already, so they can recognize.
And also for the word search, I don't think that 5 or 6 year old
Really?
children can do that.
Really?
Yes,
Because
and
all
also
measure-
these words, I don't think they can do it either. So
Okay.
for the youngest from 5 to 6, I think just like recognize the word and then the sound only. But for the spelling, impossible. Because
Okay.
they don't even know the words in Vietnamese yet. Vietnamese language.
Thank you for that. Right. Because I taught this to my students already. Okay, so the students can do this. Okay, and also, please
They
say
can because
because
they're in
with
S and A.
But in the super youth they can,
Super
right?
youth.
Like our children, when they were 5 or 6, right?
Yeah.
When they are there,
Yeah, so
like
sure.
my children like to do this kind of searching the words very much. Okay, and they do subtle, very
we
fast.
have
They can do
this
faster
already.
than
We have to practice. They don't recognize words here and other activities, label pictures, and the words. So,
They should be at least in grade 1 or grade 2 in Vietnamese program.
Exactly, so 5, 6 years old is everyone.
we need to. What's that?
They get used to. They will get used to your style.
But I think instead of using just the audio file, you can use the YouTube video because I used to turn it down for other kids. It is a subtitle.
Okay, yeah, I know. But because I said at the beginning, at our school we don't have the projector. We don't use those.
She brings what happens
Yeah,
in the classroom
so-
here.
Yeah, so it's just with the teachers, the flashcards, and
Yeah.
rings.
So you have a CD player and you just play the CDs.
How much time do the children have to practice reading before they start these activities?
We do.
They have to be familiar with the new vocabularies before they start doing these activities.
Yeah.
Stacks of teaching here. And do something will go.
Okay,
Like,
you mean that
Supervisor.
how long the teachers do this?
Okay, but exactly like how many times they will repeat the word.
Okay,
So
so.
they can know and remember.
Okay. Well, because let's say for the first step is to be what is that? Be the picture. Then I will teach the student first. Okay, teach the students the words first. So I will spend about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes there to ask them to show them the pictures and say 5 minutes. Just show the pictures and say the words, repeat the words to remember from the pictures and repeating the word. And because all these activities is like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 activities. All the activities here they repeat. Lots of repetition was of the words. So after this we can the subjective of the lesson, objective of the lesson is to that the student will be able to recognize, understand, remember words.
I don't think that 5 minutes is enough for them to remember all the vocabularies and also connect the vocabularies with the teacher. Because I have my niece, she's 6 years old. She studied in London school, right? And she has to spend a lot of time to study just some simple words, but for many days, not just all one day.
Yeah, I understand the problem, but here, the first step, 5 minutes, and to show them, to let them have their basic concept of the words, the pictures and the words only. Okay, and during 60 minutes, they have also lots of activities and games, so we can basically understand and recognize the words and remember the word. And also, of course, not just in the lesson, we have a lot of repetitions with practice in other lessons also.
Okay, we'll have to stop there. We can have time for the other one. Good job. Thank you.
So excited.
Good job. This is so long.
Just like I did.
Okay, para for sure.
Man.
Para for sure, man.
My God, still here.
Yeah, but has a virus.
No, my USB was quite clean. Okay, so first of all, I would like to introduce my lesson to all of you. I would like to teach my student lesson how to answer questions how, and we use adverbs of manner, adverb phrases of manner to answer the questions. And the level of my student, actually they're beginner, but they are the second level. They are the 2000 level. Okay, so they are in the 2000, level 2000, and the lesson is number 11. So the lesson, I will use about 10 to 15 words to teach, but actually the lesson usually we have to teach about 25 words, but today we have to minimize the lesson to as minimum as possible. So first of all, I would use the projector. I would like the student to think about some kind of, let's say, transportation, means of transportation. So young student, please help me. What do you see on the street every day?
Car.
Car?
Bikes.
Wait a minute, transportation. So first of all, you have car. Good. What else? Motorbikes.
People.
Motorbikes. What?
Transportation.
Transportation. Vehicle is no.
Bus.
Bus. Okay.
Shape.
What?
Shape.
On the street.
Ship.
Shape.
What is it on the street?
Taxi.
Thank you. Okay. Taxi.
Xe ôm, teacher, xe ôm.
We don't have like that. We say motorbike. You can use
Motorbike
it.
taxi.
Motorbike taxi, I know, but we can use motorbike. That's fine. So the things, the second things here. Tell me some parts of the body.
Parts of the body.
Parts of the
Yeah,
body.
body parts.
My heart.
Heart. One thing.
Especially 2000 again a lot.
Head, right? The head. What's it? What leg?
And
All right. Yeah, the.
But
Yes.
It
It is very
2000.
sensitive. So sensitive that we should put it here. Okay. And let's see another thing.
Food teacher.
Food teacher.
Food teacher.
Can you give me some big animal that you see in the zoo?
Zoo. Elephant.
Monkeys.
Monkeys.
Monkey.
Monkey is not big.
Big.
Depends on the years. Okay.
Lion.
King
Lions.
The zookeeper.
What? Forget her.
Okay, so elephant. So I'm going to start right here to activate the background knowledge. It has some vocabulary, and then I'm going to begin the lesson. So right now we need to use the projector, and I'm going to show you something about that. Okay, here we go. Something wrong?
Okay.
Actually, first of all, they won't have this, but they have words. Yeah. No meanings, no Vietnamese meanings at first because they need to practice pronunciation. So they're gonna read. This is a full lesson, but they don't need to read the full lesson. Just some of them, about 10 to 15 words. So right here, first of all, they're gonna do pronunciation. They have to repeat after me many times. Okay, at least about 5 to 7 times in order to recognize the sound and pronunciation. After that, when I am showing them how to use and how to pronounce it, I also write the IPA. Yeah, the pronunciation is in the sheet from here, okay, on the plane, something like that. On the word. Sorry. Okay, it's an A. Yeah. So the first one here. So the first step, this is the teaching step. And after they have the words and the Vietnamese meaning, they will have to do the third one with me. That's mean the gesture. They will have to follow my gesture, such as, okay, you're going to have to do after me. This is important. Okay, so let's go with some easy word. Okay, only you, let's go. By car.
By car.
By car.
By car.
By bus.
By bus.
By bus.
By bus.
With my hands.
With my hands.
With my heart.
With my heart.
With my heart.
With my heart.
On an elephant.
On an elephant.
Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. This is on horseback. Now let's say it again. On horseback.
On horseback.
Yeah, on horseback.
On horseback.
On foot.
On foot.
On foot.
On foot.
Yeah, with a hammer.
With a hammer.
Yeah, it's over here. Okay, again, clap with hammer.
With a hammer.
Yeah, so about 5 more minutes for that. And after the student can remember all of the gesture, we're going to go straight to the games. And this is a very interesting game that I will let you to do. So I need 2 members to go to the ball, please.
Man,
Yeah. Yes.
it's very and you are to volunteer.
Oh, sorry.
You volunteer.
Very and
Very hand as well.
No.
no.
And then him and we. Okay.
And so not today, huh?
No, because you remember the gesture. Come on, hurry up.
Can I do it?
You don't think I remember?
They used to be the teacher and her as man.
No, because I think they are fast and you remember the gesture. That's why I make them here. Okay, you too. You have to stand your back against the wall. Then you're going to look at your friends. You don't look at the board. Okay, so of course, I'm going to divide the class into 2 groups. They will be right here. And on the board, I have all of these words. Okay? So, they must know this is going to go with by already, and this one with something like that. On and on big something. So this is how we go. 2 of them, we have to look at your friends, look at their friends.
We make gestures.
Yeah, and the people on the chair, okay, below, you're going to do the gesture. Okay, you are not allowed to make any sounds. You have to be completely quiet.
Oh, no
Okay.
sound?
Yeah, you don't make any sound because even the sound can recognize the sounds. The words on the board. So on the board, I will underline. Wait, don't do it yet. I will underline the words. And you, in the back, you have to do the gesture of the word. And these words here, you have to guess the word, say it correctly. If it's correctly, they get 1 point. Who gets the 5 first, win. Okay, let's do it. This one.
Motorcycle.
The car?
Yeah. Okay, one more plan here. What the gesture? Gesture.
Yeah, with my hands.
Oh, we might need 2 more for that. Okay, there we go.
3 more, man. By car.
No sound.
What are you studying here for?
With a on an elephant. Yeah. Man, yeah.
first win.
No, he said that first.
What?
Yeah, no, he didn't say.
Okay, anyway, you both win. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think it's a very funny game because the students in the chairs who don't go here, they were all very excited to make the gesture. And the people who are standing here are really excited to guess the words because they have to change through, remember the word they have learned.
You don't know the feeling when you guess the wrong word.
Yeah, if you guess wrong, your team loses. Okay, that's the point team. So, the next activity is the flashcard. Actually, I consider this is a review before they go to pre-practice. Okay, so I need to use the projector, but you don't need to turn off the light. Actually, I will have to print and prepare the last flashcard right down here, but in short time, so I'm going to do it. So last time we point the words to you, and your job is you have to give me the correct preposition that goes with that. Okay. So the first one, car. Give me the preposition that goes with car. How are you?
By car.
By car, exactly. The second one, food.
On food.
On food. Okay. Now we're going to go to the next one. By? Yeah. Okay. Accidentally click it. By motorcycle. Secondly, can you guess? An elephant. An elephant is correct. Husband is correct too. Good job. Both of you got a point.
I got a lovely teacher. Yeah.
The next one, joysticks. It's a tool.
I'm Johnson.
On joystick. Sorry.
I'm Johnson. Teacher.
Guess again.
By joysticks.
By joystick. Guess again.
In joysticks.
Go home. With joystick. Okay.
Oh, Johnson.
Exactly. The next one. Go to school with him.
With going.
You never say.
Bye. Good job. Bye.
Okay, you're my favorite student here. Bye. Go to school with him. Okay. The next one. We're gonna go cash.
With
On
cash.
cash. On cash.
Yeah, we usually with money, but we don't use it with cash. We say.
By
Yeah, it's a special word to say by cash. And the last one.
By milk.
By milk.
By milk.
With milk.
Let's say what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one, I need you to think about it yourself. Okay, there is no answer. You think about it. Mark, gonna go with.
What is a mock teacher?
Already learned the lesson. What
But
else
I
can I
forget
that?
teacher.
Okay, we use it to clean the
She
floor.
was
I
actually
remember.
So, what preposition we use with, Miss Point? With mark. Okay, 10 points for you. Great. And the last one, we have money. Wait, please. Yeah, okay, so that's money. Okay, so this is the end of the flashcard, and then finally I'm going to show them some exercise to do. Let's go with the pattern too, because in 2000 they already studied some patterns, and we're going to go with pattern 6, I think. 6 out of 7. Okay, sorry.
Wow.
So in our program, okay, the number of the pattern is 7, and you're going to have to use how to make questions and answer with those words they have to learn today. Okay, so that's easy.
Do it right on the pattern and practice it.
Actually, we do have it right here. Okay.
Wait a second.
I just want to save the time because it's 15, right? What do you mean? Okay, so right here there are three, a list of words for them to do. Okay, they're going to make question with how. How do you cook dinner? How do you cook dinner?
How do you cook dinner?
No, I mean you have to answer.
Cook dinner with my heart.
I don't cook, teacher.
You don't cook dinner. How does your mother cook dinner? Don't tell me your mother don't cook dinner.
My father.
My father did it.
Okay, this is how you troll the teacher. This is how you troll the teacher. Okay, that's interesting. How do you go shopping, Miss Won? I think you should like to go shopping.
On horseback.
Yeah, that's happened when you live in the highland. How do you go shopping?
On
motorbike.
By motorbike. Okay, very good. Kim, how do you get married to the pilot?
I get married to the pilot by going to the church with him.
By going to the church. Okay. My students are excellent. They do very well. So this is going to be the last one. Okay. The last activity I'm going to do. Thank you.